Welcome back to Mindsight, a show where we dive into the minds of athletes striving the absolute peak of their powers. I'm your host, Anghelo Eleftheriou, and today I'm sitting down with a guy who exists almost entirely on the knife edge of danger. Our guest today is George Kouzis. He's a six-time national champion in mountain biking, a Kona Bikes factory rider, and an absolute endurance machine. Growing up, he was a shy child who found his freedom in the 91 Scouts. Today, he's a 21-year-old who is terrified of what he calls the accountant trap. Instead of a 9 to 5, he puts on a helmet and hurls down mountains at 100 kilometers an hour. He recently returned from EuroTrip 2025, looking to do more in 2026. An insane 130-day solo adventure. We drove 24,000 kilometers across 22 countries in a Škoda Kodiaq, living in a roof tent and racing the most brutal races in Europe. Today we're talking about surviving a glacier race with a stitched up knee, the financial reality of crowdfunding your dreams, and exactly what it takes to put Cyprus on the Olympic mountain biking map. Let's get into it.
Thank you for having me. Wow, you know a lot. Most of these things I couldn't remember myself. Thank you for having me really, and for putting in the effort to do these episodes.
How are you feeling today then?
Excited, refreshed. I'm happy to make a new friend here and talk about life.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good episode. I'm really looking forward to doing this. Like, I've done quite a bit of research on you. I've known you through social medias, and you're growing quite steadily on social media. 12,000 on Instagram, over 6K on TikTok, YouTube as well, which is really great. So yeah, I'm really excited just to understand more about you, because I feel like it's different understanding someone from social media, but then when you talk to them, it's completely different.
Totally.
So yeah, let's get started. You started riding at 6 years old with Biking Cyprus.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky because my first coach, Mrs. Dimitra, she was an amazing person. She was an amazing mountain biker as well, and an amazing coach. And she inspired me a lot, and she taught me so much. And maybe the most important thing she taught me is to find out more of myself, even though my surroundings weren't like as mountain bike-ish as European countries. So she was super inspiring, and I met other very amazing people on the way, mountain bikers in Cyprus. So these guys, on a young age, they taught me so much.
Do you think that first coach was one of the most important reasons why you started and got to the level that you are right now? Is she one of the most influential people at the start of your life?
Yes, because even if she couldn't do things that she was teaching me at some point, she was expecting from me more.
Okay.
So she never was like, oh wow, you're doing like amazing. She was like, why don't you do this thing, the next thing, the most. She never said something is impossible. You know?
Was it always like kind of raising the bar for you?
Every time.
Okay. But I want to go deeper into, you were someone who didn't really enjoy school much, is that right?
Yeah, I hated school.
Okay.
I spent every year of school just daydreaming about riding, you know?
I thought I was going to ask you actually, how hard was it to sit in a classroom when all you wanted to do was go out and ride?
It was like torture, man. Like I can't recall a day in the school that I had fun. I cannot. To be honest, I was just waiting until school was over. And to be honest, when I was in school, I used to hate Cyprus. I used to think that there's no sports opportunity in Cyprus. I used to think that there's absolutely no way I'm gonna be staying in this country. I wanted to leave immediately, go to another country, like maybe France or whatever, that they had a big mountain bike scene. But the day I was out of school, I understood I just need to take the freedom, find out a way to like put it all to work, and just make this place an opportunity for mountain bike, because we have insane places to ride the bike. Insane. And we have insane weather as well.
Yeah, I mean, that all helps. Like, I remember from personal experience, during COVID, the number one thing me and our boys would do, we would go to Athalassa Park and hit up the trails. Bro, outside one of my friend's house, we loved it so much. We made a group chat called Saptes, and we would get tablets and we would actually build our own
Yeah,
trails.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
yeah.
was unreal. I think it's really cool to see that how your mentality has shifted from that boy who started and didn't really enjoy Cyprus and, as you said, wanted to leave straight away. But now you're kind of trying to put Cyprus on the map and try and build this mountain bike scene here in Cyprus. So
I now believe that Cyprus is one of the best countries. Like
Yeah.
for real, it's the weather. The way you have amazing weather all year long. You have like the mountains, the sea. It's like the best place in the world. I cannot explain. And the dream now is to put Cyprus into the mountain bike scene. I mean, people coming from all over the world to ride here because we have amazing trails, we have amazing weather, we have all the stuff you need here, and we just need more community in Cyprus. You know, if we have that, we can do so much. There's many places in the world where they got the opportunity of the weather window, like Spain,
Yep.
or an island in Portugal, Madeira.
Yeah.
They did so much to bring people from sports side in their country.
And do you think that's something that you're trying to do right now, is kind of put that exposure of that Cyprus is so good for mountain biking and kind of bring together that community, build up that community and get people to come to Cyprus for mountain biking?
It's not my number one priority right now, but it's surely a dream to do in the future. Like when as I'm getting older, and potentially in 10 years I might not be able to do all this stuff I'm doing now, then that's my goal. That's what I'm gonna be working towards.
Wow, I think community is the number one thing. I think building a community of people who are like-minded or want to, do something in a sport, and it's that togetherness that,
Exactly.
you can, even with a group chat, you can kind of like say, if you're all mountain bikers, right? Anyone want to hit the trails 7 a.m., and you guys all go together, and that's so fun, I think.
Yeah, and thing is, with being in a community, nobody loses.
Exactly.
It's like a super win for everybody. It's synergy.
Yeah, it's the most amazing thing, and I think it's really fascinating to hear that someone who also is focused on races also has this idea already that you want to kind of build this community in the next 2 years. So, but apart from that, I want to move on to when you were with the 91 Scouts. Now, did this kind of scout environment, learning independence, survival, being in nature all the time, did it kind of build a foundation for this solo traveling that you've done, being in nature all the time?
100%. My dream when I was young, it was like I got so much from the Scouts, and like my family is really into outdoors. They really enjoy outdoors. So I had this let's say part of the outdoors, but I also had the competitive side from the cycling.
No.
And I'm really competitive, so I was always looking for a way to combine the two. And I think I did quite a unique thing with traveling and doing races. And it was like everything made sense at that point. Like that's me. I'm gonna be doing adventures while doing races and being competitive.
Wow, that's amazing. And how would you reflect back on that trip? Like as I mentioned, you did over 24,000 kilometers. You competed in races. But what was like the hardest part of living alone, solo traveling?
You said it. Living alone.
Okay.
It was. I don't think I'm ever gonna do it again the same way, doing it solo. But during that trip, I understood people are not meant to do solo stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe once you can do something crazy solo, but I mean, being solo is really mentally difficult. But if you get into a difficult physical scenario with mountain biking and stuff, it can be really dangerous, because I spend most of my time in trails and like in really exposed places and just solo. So if something happened to me while I was mountain biking, it's such a difficult thing to save yourself from.
It's basically completely up to you. Like you have no one around you to help you out and stuff.
Exactly.
So has something happened to you?
Yeah. I mean, I was fortunate enough when something happened to me, I had a friend.
Okay, nice.
So like for a couple of days, a friend from Cyprus came, Thivos, he's a super cool guy, and we were staying together in the car. And one of the days I slipped in the trail and I cut my knee. I don't know if camera can see.
Damn,
It's
that's
now like
a really big scab though.
yeah, it's now maybe 6 months after. So I cut my knee in the trail and I was bleeding, and I had to call him, tell him where to come so he can pick me up. And I almost fainted a couple of times because I was losing blood.
Yeah.
He took me to the hospital and they stitched me up like 11 times. And I still continued to live in the car afterwards, which was kind of crazy. And yeah, that was a tough time. I mean,
Would you say that's like the scariest experience you've been through in terms of like injury and what you could have done, or what, you know, the circumstances that you were in, so to speak?
At that time, you don't feel that it's scary because fortunately, my mind works when I'm in a difficult scenario. My mind works very, very calmly.
Okay.
And I knew exactly what to do. I didn't panic, and I never panic in these times. Although injury-wise, my scariest times is when I had concussions.
Right.
So like concussions is a whole different thing, like because it's your mind gets kind of fucked up.
How does it feel like when you get a concussion? Like honestly, 'cause I've never had one.
Well,
Not good.
So having a concussion feels like kind of like a dream.
Really?
Yeah, it's like you're in a dream, I think. I had 2 concussions, and once you're up from the ground, when you hit your head, you don't know where you are. You don't know where you are. You don't know. I mean, like you don't know anything actually. You forget how you got there.
Really? So you just forget?
Yeah, you just forget. You just like
scary.
it's like you woke up right there.
Damn, that is really scary. That is really scary.
Yeah, and it has some mental effects later on.
Okay.
So like the days after, you feel kind of messed up and you feel like your life is pointless and stuff. But it's how a concussion is, and it goes away.
Okay. So after a few days, after you pass that period, everything starts to come back to normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you never remember that day.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that you can't like go back or remember anything that happened might be one of the scariest things, because it's like just erased.
Yes. It's so fucked up because like one of my concussions, I have it on camera.
Well, you have no memory of it, but it's...
So I have the memory of the camera.
Yeah.
And like what people told me afterwards, like because I had people with me.
Damn.
My biggest fear is having a concussion solo.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to move on to kind of you back at school. Did you always kind of want to reject this kind of going to university or this traditional school, army, university, or was it sometimes at the back of your mind where you're like, what if it doesn't work out with mountain biking? What if I can't pursue this as my career?
Yeah. You know, like when I was still at school, I didn't know, like I had no idea how it could work, how this could work like without having a normal job.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking I need to go study the most relevant thing to me.
Okay.
And at some point I was gonna go to study in Finland.
Really?
Outdoor education.
Wow.
So
okay.
that has to do a lot with navigation, kayaking, outdoor sports, skiing, climbing, and everything else. And it's a study that leads you on to be a mountain guide, for example.
Okay.
My friend Thivos, who was in the trip with me, went on and did go to study this in Finland.
Okay.
But like after I finished school, I was like, okay, give me just a couple of let's say year to see if this mountain biking thing can work out,
Yeah.
or can start working. So my military year in the next year, I spent it all focused on like trying to get content done, trying to do races abroad, and just showing it all to people as better as I could.
So when was it that you realized, oh my God, this could actually work? Were you still in the military at that point?
Like as soon as I did like the first thing I did for money,
Yeah.
like I was working on bike shops during the summers, but once I finished school and I was in military, I started doing mountain bike lessons to other people.
Cool. Coaching
So
sort of thing.
coaching, yeah.
Nice.
So when I got my first money from like
Clients. Sort of?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this could work. Like
No.
it's really cool when you get like your first money from somebody.
Yeah.
So I started just doing more and more and more and more and more, to the point that I didn't have so much time to train.
Oh, wow.
So I was getting some money, but I understood, okay, that this isn't the perfect scenario because I can't put everything into training. So I started trying to get sponsors. So I got little bit of sponsorships. At that time, 2023, I think 2022, it was Škoda.
Nice.
And I was having my bikes from Pro Rider Bike Shop.
Yep.
And Kona.
Yeah.
And slowly, the sponsorships were kind of getting better. But the transition time, it was when I did the Škoda 130, the big trip. Because I went to Škoda and I was like, I have this idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna do, like, I'm gonna live in the car. I'm gonna do races all over Europe. And the marketing manager at that time was like, oh, well, we do close 130 years of Škoda.
No way.
So maybe you could do like 130 days. And I was like, hell yeah. Are you joking? Of course. And so they financed my trip.
Nice.
And it was like, it was huge amount of money for me at that time. So I was like, okay, this is it. And after finishing the trip, I proved to a lot of people and like through my media that, what I say, I am gonna do.
Okay. Nice. Was that like the breakthrough for you, where you were like, this is actually working out now?
Yes, exactly.
And how was your family supporting you during this time? Did they have doubts that this was going to work out for you, or how was it?
My family always has doubts. My mom and dad, they always do worry for everything, like from the beginning, like for everything, because I did different stuff to make this work.
Yep.
So they're always worried, but they don't stop me from doing it.
Nice.
So this is what I appreciate the most of them.
So they're kind of like supportive, but they're not gonna stop you from doing what you love.
Yes.
That's
I mean, the deal, let's say, after finishing school, for not me going to study, it was, I do my own stuff. Like I pay for everything for myself.
Okay.
And I do that since 17 years old.
Wow, dude.
And I'm really proud of this, actually. So since I'm not weight to them, they're okay for me doing anything.
Yeah, so you're like kind of self-sufficient. Everything that you want to do is from your own pocket as well.
Yes.
Wow.
But like when I ask for something, like when help from my dad to figure out something, he's always there.
Wow. It's really, I think, important for any athlete or any person to always have that support and family to back them in everything that they do. The fact that they were like, no, we're not going to stop you from doing what you love is the most important thing.
Yes.
And just letting you have that freedom, I think, is so important. I wanted to touch on your bit about your social media. Do you think that one, you're building that presence and personal brand on social media was the most important thing to get those sponsorships?
The most important thing. And that's actually a thing that there's two sides on it, okay?
Okay.
It's good and bad, because athletes today, the only way through is social media.
Yeah.
And on social media, you see so many other people making a lot of money, influencers, like without a actual purpose, just printing money.
Exactly.
Printing money. And like, for example, other athletes taking advantage of sports to make money without being actually competitive. And there's little bit of athletes who use social media to fund the races and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's athletes who don't have social media and are literally so insane people. Like they're so amazing. They put so much work into the sport, but they don't get any recognition and they don't get none of the benefits.
Yeah.
So
I was going to talk about that later on, but we'll bring it up now. Is that, do you think for an athlete in a niche sport or in any sport, it is vital, the most important thing, to have social media, to build that presence on the side, to be able to live a career during when you're, training and when you're actually competing, but also after when you've finished competing, to have that social media presence as a backing?
absolutely, I think that's exactly what you said. That's exactly. I mean, you're missing on so much if you do not do that, because it's a hub, the social media, which is like, now it's interest media. It's not actually social media, but it's a hub that connects people.
Exactly.
I mean, you're available for everyone to see. So you put your work out there and everybody can see. So a lot of people might looking for inspiration. Some people might looking for a partner in a business, let's say. Community building, yeah. So if you're out there, people can find you. If you're not out there, nobody will find you.
Yeah. I'm guessing for athletes, that's what helps them build that sponsorship and also get that funding from there, because people will know you, sponsors will know you, you have that community, you have that presence. And I think having something called like credibility, where people know you're good at your sport and they can find you from your social media, is really important to help bridge that gap, I would say.
Exactly. The word is credibility.
Yeah.
You need the credibility.
I wanted to say, as someone who was quite shy growing up, you feel like you're very confident today. How was that transition in social media, putting yourself out there? Because like you just mentioned, when we put ourselves out there on social media, we're vulnerable, we put our life out there. So how was it for you starting your social media journey?
So I never talked to the camera in my life before social media. I found that thing to be extremely scary.
Yeah.
I did post stories and stuff. I always wanted to be able to talk to the camera because I was watching too much YouTube, and I was like, these people are like so cool, and they do what they love, and they show it to people, and it's amazing. But it wasn't until I had them, let's say, a content mentor that really pushed me to do it. I don't think I would have done it if it wasn't for that push.
Yeah. We're going to talk about it later, but who was it? Was it Andreas Kologot?
Yes, it was Andreas. Andreas really pushed me to talk to the camera and get out into the world. I mean,
so what was his piece of advice that he gave you, and what would you tell the listeners now, some people who want to go into social media? What are your best tips for them?
What he told me, I think it was that people don't really care. So you just need to do it, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna suck at the beginning.
Yeah.
And obviously your friends are gonna make a bit of fun of you.
Yeah.
But in the long run, I mean, you'll be good. If you try, you'll be good.
Okay.
So yeah, here we are now, like a couple of years later, and this advice was golden to me.
I think you have over 600 posts on Instagram or something like that, like a really big number. And do you think posting more and reflecting back on your content, why it was good, why it was bad, why this video did well, do you think that's also really important?
I think that's really important, but unfortunately it's not something that I do often.
Okay.
I wish, actually I don't wish, I should have been, and I should be more, let's say, statistics, or let's say data guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not good with data. I do most stuff by feeling, kind of.
Okay.
I'm not recommending this. Like, the proper way is to do it based on data.
Okay.
But I always try to keep an authentic vibe and what actually is going on right now into the videos.
That's what I was going to ask, because it feels like with what you post online, it's like I can tell a bit about your personality straight away, and it feels like when you have an idea, you make a video and post about it. And I
Yes.
think that's what's so cool is that you're the most authentic version of yourself. So when someone comes to your page, they know a bit about who you are.
You know, that's like a principle I want to keep around me forever, because I never want to for someone to meet me in person, let's say younger rider, and be disappointed because I show more in the social media. I want to do more in my life and show a bit less in social media.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
and I see, like, I never script my videos. Like only if it's like very rarely, maybe for an advertisement, I will script a video.
Yeah.
So I try to be as authentic as possible, as raw as possible.
Wow. So would you say it's for people who want to grow their page to be authentic? Is that something that?
I would really appreciate watching authentic content.
Yeah.
I don't like scripted content.
Yeah.
I like to know the reality.
Okay.
I know Instagram doesn't show the reality. So if you want to be big on Instagram, go do anything. It's okay. But if you want to be authentic and if you want to be a real person in social media and do good in general, I think you need to be authentic, because if you don't, you just put unrealistic expectations into the media, and that's, I think, not gonna help anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to talk, is your kind of message that you're trying to put out is have no fear, and kind of, obviously everyone has doubts and stuff, but go into everything with confidence. And I feel like you're always smiling in your videos. Are you kind of like, is that your personality as well? Just be happy, try and smile through everything, even if it's difficult, smile through it and try and be your most true self.
Yeah, my message to the world, let's say, it's you need to follow your dream. It's super cliche.
Yeah.
It's super cliche, but like this makes me so excited every day and so happy to be able to ride a bike and move toward my goal.
Your dream.
I see like a lot of people that just work for somebody and it doesn't fulfill them.
Exactly.
I think in life you need to do what makes you fulfilled, because otherwise it's just a waste. It's just a waste of good.
I think every day for me is an opportunity to write a different story, write a new story, and portray something. Like, that's why I'm so happy that your message is to dream big, because that's what I try and do as well. Is my message. I remember, I think on my interview for my 240k relay was dream big because anything is possible, and that is, I think, similar to the message you're trying to put out, and having that fulfillment of doing what you love every day, I think is one of the most important things that we can do.
Yeah.
I
want to ask you something. Like after 240 kilometers, like the days after and now, don't you feel like, okay, I did this thing which was hard. I can do like 100 other things that I didn't think I could before.
Exactly. No, 100%, man. 100%. I think it kind of raises that bar because you've kind of experienced what that is and how hard that was, but it's also like, I did it. So if I've done that, what else can I do? And we see so many people running, cycling, swimming, doing Ironmans, amazing things, very difficult things. And it shows that if someone can do that, so can you. And I think that's what the most amazing thing is, that we can inspire so many people through our content, through doing the hard things that we do on a daily basis.
Yeah. What I feel sometimes, because like some of the endurance things I did, which were very long and very hard, when I'm sitting on the couch and I need to go shower, let's say, and I'm dead on the couch, I think, damn, it's not harder than it's not harder. It's not harder than the 16th hour of my ride that day. So like I'm just stand up and go
do it.
Go do it. Yeah.
Exactly. I wanted to ask actually, when you were in the military, how did you balance training, coaching, building your social media whilst in the military? Was it difficult?
So I was in the sports section of the military.
Yeah.
They take 11 of the best athletes in Cyprus, points wise. So like whoever has the most let's say, points in their sport,
Yeah.
usually go. So it might be like three people from tennis, it might be 4 people of judo, it might be none from cycling. This year it was the 11 athletes, the 11 most international athletes from Cyprus, and I was for cycling.
Wow.
So that gave me a lot of hours in the day to train.
Yeah.
Train twice, riding in the morning and gym in the afternoon.
Nice.
So I had also time during the day to work on stuff. So that was pretty amazing.
Perfect.
And I'm pretty fortunate because I made good friends in the military.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I wanted to move on to what you just mentioned, gym in the afternoon. What kind of gym work, what work do you do outside of riding that kind of helps you and strengthens you for your ride?
Strength training.
Okay.
So that's also core exercises, but also weights, squats, deadlifts, lunges with weight. Strength is important. Like, it's super important. I mean, I can't say enough. It helps produce power. It helps keep you stable on the bike. It helps on the downhills to absorb huge compressions.
Yeah.
It helps you to not get injured easily.
Okay.
So,
and how many times are you strength training a week?
4 times a week.
So what would that split look like?
It's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday.
Okay. And
just not Wednesday.
Okay.
And the week.
Yeah. And then how do you kind of split it up? Are you doing lower body? Some days, what kind of exercise do you do?
Usually 2 days legs.
Okay.
1 day upper body, and 1 day like core exercises and just slower strength with body weight, let's say.
Okay. And do you think legs or the core work has really helped you mostly in your riding? Because obviously you kind of need strong legs to keep them.
It starts from the core.
Okay.
It starts from the core. You always need to build the base.
Yep.
And then you can build anything else. So this is not consistent throughout the year. So like there's periods depending on when I race, and when it's the off season, it's different things. I'm not gonna do like 100 kilo squats in the off season.
Right.
So it starts slower and it ramps up.
Okay, lovely. So you said you strength train 4 times a week. So how does it look like with your riding on the other days of the week?
So it's usually 6 days a week, 6 active days a week. Monday morning is rest. So I just go to the gym on the afternoon. And my coach basically builds up the program with intervals, maybe some zone 2 and stuff.
Nice.
Depending on the races again. So we have an ATP annual training program. So in the beginning of the year, I put my races, so like the important races, the B races and the C races, A, B, and Cs. So A races, you can maximum do 2 per year. So it's when you need to pick. And the rest is like Bs are okay, you need to rest a bit before the race, and Cs really doesn't matter. You just go race straight away. So depending on my goals for every year, he will structure a program.
Nice.
So I'm where I want to be
during the year.
During the year.
So what are some of the A races that you have planned, if you have any, of the rest of the year?
Yeah. So for this year, I'm really putting my energy to Mountain of Hell.
Okay. Yeah.
I really wanna get the top 5 place, which is
nice.
I'm really hungry for it. It's actually first time I'm saying it. First time I'm announcing publicly. I've told it to my friends, but yeah, I wanna be top 5 in the Mountain of Hell. It's 1,000 people racing down the mountain. It's some of the best riders in the world competing. Last year it was the world champion as well, racing with us. So yeah, if I can manage something like that, I'm gonna be pretty happy. Last year with the knee, I was 21st in the 21st place. It was my first year racing that event. I was also 2024 there, but it didn't happen.
I was gonna ask about that. It flooded, didn't it?
Yes, it was such a shit thing.
But has this the last 2 years kind of motivated you more? Is that why you really want it this year?
Yeah, I think so. It's a race that really suits me.
Okay.
I mean,
explain it.
because I do, also the endurance side of things and also the let's say technical side of things, the downhill.
Yeah.
So this race is around 25 minutes long,
Okay.
and it has some uphills inside and some sections you really need to pedal. So as a rider who is much better on that side of the room than most of downhill and enduro riders, it gives me a big heads up.
100%.
Yeah, so I know I can do a lot. I know I can do a good performance there. You just need to put the pieces together.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You must be really excited then.
I am. Believe me.
And let's say you do get a top 5. Would you go back next year and try and get number 1?
Yes.
So it's all about trying to raise that bar. Like you said, so that was World Championships. Was it last year?
Sorry.
Was that World Championships?
No. It was Mountain of Fjell.
Yeah.
It's not actually into the UCI is the International Federation of Cycling.
Yeah.
That's not the UCI race.
Okay. Right.
And the world champion was racing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, that was but yeah, this year I'm gonna be also racing some World Cups for the first time in my life.
Nice.
And fun fact, nobody ever from Cyprus has raced enduro World Cups.
Wow.
So it's again stepping into the unknown.
How does it feel representing Cyprus? Like, you've obviously represented Cyprus in previous races, but how does it feel going to the World Cup and representing Cyprus for the first time?
I'm gonna tell you after I do this. I can tell you from the previous races and some more we're gonna do now. It feels nice. It feels like a responsibility.
Yeah.
You kind of feel that you need to be more serious than you actually are, and it's a bit of a responsibility weight on you. I have raced sometimes the European Championships.
Yeah.
Which it's a really cool race and it's really humbling. But yeah, this year we're gonna be racing Tour of Hellas on the road bike side. So other thing for me, I'm like doing all this stuff. It's kind of hard also to keep the body like
in shape and recovered and ready to go and hit the next race. I know.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on, you feel like you're proud to represent the country, but like you said, there's a added responsibility. So in 2024 Mountain of Hell, when it got cancelled, I think you said you feel like you let the country down or something.
In 2024, for me, in order to go to Mountain of Hell, we did a crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And that was a huge weight on my shoulders to do well. And actually that set me up to be able to do it next years without the help of people.
Right.
So we did that. I went there, everything was looking good, and as we were approaching the start date, there were floods, and we couldn't race.
Damn, that must have been really disappointing. But I wanted to ask, how expensive is that race, and that you need to kind of fund for it?
So it's not the registration which is expensive.
Yeah.
Registration, it's 120 euros. I was looking at yesterday night actually to register again for this year. But the travel expenses is crazy because you need to take your bikes. You need your bike to be working well. You need tires, everything. You need to rent a car, a place to stay.
And all of this, how much does it come to?
It's around 4,000 to 5,000 euro. Yeah, for each trip like that.
That's a lot.
So,
man.
yeah.
And were you in Portugal recently?
Yes, I was for the European Downhill Cup.
Yep.
In Portugal.
And that was also quite expensive. So
yes.
Would you say like some misunderstandings from people might be that downhill and generally cycling isn't as expensive as it is, when in reality it's quite expensive?
Yeah, You know, it's because you know the triathletes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, a bike costs not less than 10,000 euro.
Yeah, exactly.
The gear costs a lot. The nutrition costs a lot.
I mean, fueling for a triathlon every single day, a lot of food.
Yeah, and traveling, moving the bike around, working on the bike. I am so fortunate that I have the sponsors I have Kona, I have Pro Rider Bike Shop,
Yeah.
which takes care of all of my bike stuff. And yeah, it's such an expensive sport. I mean, it's not like all the sports to do highly competitively. It's expensive, but some are just crazy expensive.
And especially because it's an individual sport, so you're kind of responsible for getting that money to be able to compete. It's not like you're part of a team which will be backed by a federation, which will then, send you there.
Yes.
So it's a lot more difficult, I think, as an individual. But you recently you touched upon there that you don't just do the technical side, but you also the endurance side. And recently you did something absolutely incredible. You cycled 403 kilometers across Cyprus. So talk to me, which coffee shop did you go to?
So I did this project for Coffee Island.
Yeah.
So the pitch was to do a coffee island in every city. We missed Famagusta.
Okay.
But we did the rest, and it was a nice journey. Like it was pretty scary for me because a couple of weeks ago I had a crash. I broke a finger, and I was on Voltaren for a couple of days, which completely destroyed me. And I wasn't sure if I should go for it or not. Obviously, since I said I was gonna go, there was no chance I was gonna back up. We started it. It was we did some preparation with nutrition stuff to be able to have all the stuff in the car and just ride. So we started from my house at Lakatamia.
Yeah.
We went on to Astromeridis. We started at 5 o'clock in the morning. At 6 we were at Astromeridis. Then we went on to the mountains. We passed from Kalopanayotis, Kikos, Stavrosis Psogas, and descended down to Polis Chrysophous, where was the second stop. Then up to Kathigas, down to Paphos, second coffee shop, and then from near the beach,
you went
all the way to Limassol, Zim, Gidi, afterwards Larnaca, Oroklini. At Oroklini we arrived at like night.
What time was that? Like
I think at Gidi was maybe 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And Oroklini maybe 7:30 something, or maybe later. I'm not sure.
Then you went to Valley, was it?
Yeah, we went to Athieno first.
Oh,
Athieno, then Limia, Valley, and then Strovolos, which was the final one. And then I had to go home, but I was like, I promised 403 kilometers.
Yeah.
And I was like at 390.
Right.
So I went around my neighborhood and just did loops.
I would love to see the trouble of that.
I just did loops until it was 403 kilometers, and then I went straight inside the home, and I just ate a lot of food.
Yeah, honestly, because I was in Polis Chrysophous over the weekend. I saw that coffee island, and I was like, that kind of looks familiar. Why do I think? And it was from your video. But you describing your route of going from Paphos all the way down to Limassol, Larnaca, going through all those like small towns, Gidi, and then going up back to Limgia and all that. That reminded me so much of when we ran across Cyprus, going through all of those little cities.
Man, running is so crazy. How many hours did it take?
So it took us 22 hours and 37 minutes.
Holy shit, man. mine was 18 hours. I mean, like, and yours, oh my god.
Yeah, but to be fair, you didn't rest at all. Like we were every 30 kilometers you would swap.
Bro,
you were there the whole time, man.
Still crazy, 240 kilometers. Still crazy.
I wanted to ask, when you're like 16 hours in of those 18 hours, what are you thinking to say, come on, keep going, keep going?
Just nonsense. I mean, for some reason, like because I wasn't alone also, like I had the car behind me, I had people watching, I had the live track, so it was much easier to keep going
Okay.
because like people are watching.
So you felt like that responsibility again, that
Yeah.
people are watching.
I mean, for me, the hardest part is doing intervals on training day without anybody watching.
Yeah,
because nobody's accountable for you if you do like 7 of the 8 intervals or like 8 of the 12. So this ride was really nice for me because quitting wasn't an option, and I know what I have in my tank, and it was just zone 2.
Okay.
So I was just keep pedaling and just like waiting until I get to a place. I remember one time when I was like empty. By the way, it's all nutrition. If you're trained, it's all the nutrition.
We were gonna get into that. Yeah.
I remember when I passed the roundabout at Athienu.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was going towards Limdia.
Yeah.
There's a military base. I remember because I know the road. There's a military base on the corner where you turn right to go to Limdia.
Okay.
And I saw that military base, the lights.
Yeah.
Like maybe 6-7 kilometers away, and I was like, I didn't know it was like 6 kilometers away because I saw the light and I was like, finally. It's here.
Yeah.
But as I was moving towards it wasn't coming closer. And I was like, where am I, bro? Like, that was crazy because I was like maybe 16 hours in, as you said, and it wasn't coming closer to me. And I was like,
dude, full respect for what you did, bro. Full respect. And I'm sure you definitely inspired me, and I'm sure you inspired a lot of other people. And I think doing these like crazy events, like one-offs that people would not have expected to happen, and doing it also, I think it inspires a lot of Cypriots. I think as someone from Cyprus, seeing someone else from, you live in Lagarania, it's like 15 minutes away from here, like seeing someone do something so amazing really inspires me, and I'm sure it will inspire a lot of other people.
This means the world. Later this year, I'm gonna be doing the OlympusMan, right?
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
So
you're gonna do it.
I did last year the normal distance, the half Ironman.
Yeah.
This year I'm gonna go do the full, which like three or 4 people do it every year.
You're gonna be one of them, huh?
Yeah. Try and it's gonna take hours, but
man, we had Mo on 2 episodes ago, and he did the half, and he was telling me that elevation is just the hardest thing. It's one of the hardest races he's ever done. He told me
last year. By the way, it was my first triathlon that I did, the OlympusMan.
Yeah.
And I never swam. Like
you had never done any.
I learned to swim.
Yeah.
2 weeks before the OlympusMan.
That's crazy.
And I came second.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, like there was a guy from Belarus.
Okay.
There was a guy from Belarus. I was in first place when I finished the cycling, the riding, and I was getting into the running.
Yeah, half marathon.
And I finished almost the trail, and it was starting the last uphill.
No way.
And the guy comes behind me with a huge stride, and like he passes me, and I tried to follow him, and it was impossible. And he went on to get the win, and I went like a minute afterwards, maybe. He was so fast. I give it to him.
But
so yeah.
Do you think your cycling engine really helped the
Definitely. I think you win the most amount of time through riding.
Yeah.
The triathlon, yeah.
And then, so how many kilometers was it? Was it
85 kilometers, I think, 86.
But the elevation was how many meters?
2,000
meters.
I think a bit more than 2,000.
That's crazy.
To be honest, like it's even better for me because I'm really good at riding uphill.
Yeah.
So like if you put me on a flat triathlon, I'm not gonna do as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Why are you so good at that? Is it because you've trained it a lot?
Yeah, because triathletes, they all only train on flat.
Okay.
So yeah, they only train on flat, and in the OlympusMan there's a lot of there's some descents, there's some cornering, which obviously we have the skills as road cyclists, so I can win a lot of time on these sections.
And then with the run, it was a trail half marathon, right? It's all on trail. And I
Yeah.
think that itself also had a lot of elevation. But I wanted to ask, did you do any preparation for the run as well? Do you run now? Is like some...
I like to run.
Okay.
I do it only on the off season,
Yeah.
and the furthest I ran it was 22 kilometers in my life.
Okay.
So this one was 21.
Yeah.
So it was quite,
Up there, yeah.
after and it was the first time I was running after riding
100%.
and after swimming. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. But to be honest, the scariest part for me was swimming, because I didn't swim before. I have a video on Instagram
Yeah.
where is the day before, and I'm asking swimming advice from my friends who I went to stay at their home. They live in Paphos, and I was just asking swimming advice, like help me out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow. And that swim was 2 kilometers, I think.
I think it was a bit less, like
Okay.
1.6 or something.
Okay. But overall, would you say you felt more tired from this or any other cycling race you've done?
The cycling race is more tiring,
Okay.
I think, because this one I felt refreshed every time I was changing sport, and I think it was mostly mentally.
that mentally you finished one part, now it's just like, let's say you finish the bike and the swim, you have that one last part and then you're done.
Yes,
How it is.
yes, and like cycling races abroad, talking about like, Tour de France.
Yep.
There's similar concepts for many countries. There's
yeah.
Tour of Hellas, Tour of Bulgaria or whatever. Tour of Hellas is, and like cycling road races in general, you go in a pack, okay?
Okay.
A pack of riders.
Yeah.
There's drafting involved. So as long as you're in the pack, you're not pushing as much as the front guys.
100%.
And how the race works, it's usually some people of the pack, they go in front, and the pack slowly breaks.
Okay.
If you get left behind and you don't have a wheel to follow, you're basically done.
You're cooked. Yeah.
So it's not like, okay, I can take my own pace and go. It's like you need to survive this, and like you go to the uphill. If you can't push the watts, you're done. If it's not your day, you're done. And if you get out of there's time limit.
Mm-hmm.
So usually around 5-6 minutes away from the pack, you're out.
So DNF.
Yes.
Wow.
And if you DNF one of the days, you don't get to continue.
Damn. Okay.
So it's brutal.
Yeah. So you just have to be with that pack basically.
Yes.
Stay connected.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So if you get a flat tire, if your chain drops,
done. That's tough.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, how long did it take for your central nervous system as well as your whole body to recover from one of these really hard races? Has your body got used to this load where it doesn't take as long as it used to?
It depends on the training block you've done previously.
Okay.
So let's say this year I haven't raced a race like this yet. The plan is to race the one at Tour of Hellas with the national team.
Yep.
But I told you, after I had a crash this year, I was using Voltaren,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor gave me like a big amount of
Dose,
Voltaren,
yeah.
and it turned out to not be good for me. So after I stopped the Voltaren after 7 days, and 7 days after I did the Coffee Island project.
Right.
So after that, after a win, I went on to train again, but my HRV from my Garmin was not balanced.
Okay.
And I noticed it, and I did blood work, and it turned out to be not ideal, and I had to stop riding for a long time until
your HRV stabilized.
Yes.
For the people who might not understand what HRV is, could you explain that?
So HRV is heart rate variability, and I don't know scientifically what it is. It has something to do with the heartbeat, but it's basically an indication for your body, if your body recovers well.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter the number, it matters if it's balanced within your baseline.
Okay.
So if it's balanced, it means you're recovering normally. Obviously, if you have a much higher HRV baseline, let's say, it means that your body can take a lot of
Load and recover
recover
quicker.
quicker. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, but do you think it's about trying to get that HRV higher because obviously then you recover quicker, or is there something else that you do?
The goal is not to take the HRV higher. The
Okay.
goal is to just sleep well, eat well, train well.
And is that what you would just kind of give advice to anyone trying to compete in a big sport? Is that do the basics right, eat well, sleep well, recover well?
The marginal gains, they don't matter until you do these three things perfectly.
Okay. So let's talk about recovery then. Okay, eating. How many calories are you eating per day right now? What's like a day of eating for you?
My resting calories are like 2,300.
Yep.
So in a day where I do a big training day, I could burn around 4,500, and I should eat the same amount.
Yeah, so you don't lose weight, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and obviously doing your recovery shake and including a lot of protein in your meal as well as carbs.
Okay.
Carbs is so important.
Yeah.
If you're going without carbs, you're going empty.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, like a lot of carbs, a lot of protein, a lot of food in general.
Yeah.
Trying to be lighter in the morning, like just carbs without much protein.
Okay.
And afterwards, after training, do like a short, a small meal with the recovery shake.
Okay.
And afterwards, a bigger meal.
Okay. So before it's always before a workout, it's always about getting the carbs in, and then afterwards it's about kind of healing the muscles with the protein as well as the carbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And I remember, I think on your coffee project, you were taking mango, pineapple, and something else on the right.
Yes, I did also a lot of rice cakes with. They had like cream inside.
Okay. Yeah.
My mom made it. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to his mom.
I did a lot of like. I could start with this stuff because it's not so fast absorb. Your body can't absorb it
Yeah.
as fast as like maybe a gel
Right.
can,
Okay.
or maybe Haribos or like ice cream.
Mhm.
This stuff which is sugar, your body absorbs immediately.
Yep.
So I started with more natural, let's say, fuel.
Fruits. Yeah.
And as the time passed on, I was stopping at every coffee island, getting a lot of sugar, like Coca-Cola's,
Yeah.
Twix, ice cream, or whatever, you know.
But you needed that because how many calories did you burn on that?
12,000.
12,000 calories. And it's like
12,000 the whole day. So like
Yeah.
10,000 on the ride and 2,000 resting calories.
yeah, but like it's quite impossible to eat 12,000 calories in a day.
You know what? I didn't eat 12,000 calories in that day, but the day after,
Yeah.
I woke up. There was souvlaki in the fridge.
Oh, very
I ate
nice.
the whole souvlaki. I ordered the pizza. I ate the whole pizza. In the night, I ate a whole burger, and I was still hungry the day after. So
yeah.
you spend days trying to heal yourself up from a huge ride or a huge run or whatever.
100%. And I think, as you mentioned, recovery is one of the most important things. So that's why I wanted to go even more in depth. With sleep, how many hours are you trying to get every night?
Oh, 9 hours is
9
the sweet
hours?
spot. Yeah.
Okay, because I see a lot of people saying 7 to 8, but I'm imagining because of the amount of training you're doing, you need the extra sleep to get the extra recovery.
Yeah. Like I'm a huge sleeper.
Okay.
Like anything less than 8 hours, I don't like. I
Okay.
mean, I want my 9 hours.
Yeah.
And it's important to not eat a huge meal before going to bed. So like, I aim to go to bed at like around 8:30.
Okay.
Sorry, 11:30.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 11:30. So I'm not gonna eat a big meal after 8.
So you need
8 p.m.
that 3 hour window.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it plays a huge role. I mean, you're gonna see a huge difference in sleep.
Okay.
Do you track your sleep?
Well, I have where it tells me my REM, my deep sleep, and
That's
everything.
good.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most important things as well.
Well, for me, I have like already 8 years of Garmin data.
8 years.
So I have Garmin Connect.
Yeah.
Since 2018, I had a Garmin watch, and I'm never taking it off.
Yeah.
It's life changing for
You
me.
must have a really nice tan line, by the way, there.
Yeah, like now, because it's been some weeks I'm not training, so I lose it. But if you see my hand
Oh, in the
in
summer,
summer, bro, even if I wanna take it off, I can't take it off because I look stupid.
Tell me you're a cyclist without telling me you're a cyclist. Now I wanted to go to when you went to Andorra for, what's it, the Games of the Small States?
Yes.
Yeah. You placed fifth.
Yes.
And you helped the Cyprus team take the overall win, I remember. So how did it feel going to a different country and winning with Cyprus? Is that like one of your kind of biggest achievements so far, or what would you say is your biggest achievement?
That's the best feeling. Yeah, it's one of the great achievements. It's one of my favorite achievements, let's say. But yeah, it's an amazing feeling. I mean, because it was during the 130 days. So I was already some days solo.
Yeah.
And I arrived in Andorra, and all my friends were there because I'm friends with a lot of my a lot of my
people you
Yeah.
with, yeah, and your team.
So it was such a huge place to be mentally, because it was like at that point dopamine, like friends.
Yeah.
And I was hugging everyone.
Oh, you must have been so
My
happy,
friends
man.
that I never hugged before in my life, I was hugging. And yeah, to move on and into a really nice track in Andorra, high elevation, and I had an amazing race. I was fighting with an Andorran guy
Okay.
for the 5th place.
Yeah.
And I was very strategic towards the race. And yeah, it was so good.
And how is it like being in that competitive environment? Because obviously during training, as you said, you kind of do it by yourself or you do it with a few friends, but it's different when you go to a competition, isn't it? So how is that feeling there?
So every competition for me is like a ceremony, let's say.
Okay.
Because you've done the work.
Yeah.
Now it's time to put the work into work.
Okay.
So it's so easy to leave out everything on the field. I mean, during training, I find it much harder to push myself 100%, but during the race, it's so easy to push myself like 120, 130%.
Because you have those people around you that you're racing. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And like you have a reason also.
Yeah.
You have an immediate reason.
Exactly.
Because during training, you have the reason, but it's harder to see.
Right. Okay. So like during training, is it like, I know I have this race and I know I need to do this session to kind of build up and get fitter and get ready for that race. But then when you're in that race, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And I think for a lot of riders, I actually had one of my friends who was trying to get into riding. He told me this would be a great question for other riders who are trying to get into it. Is when you're going downhill, is the most important thing to have a no fear attitude and go into it with confidence?
I don't like the no fear attitude.
Okay.
Because this reminds me of a kamikaze attitude.
Okay.
But you need to be confident on the preparation and on your skills.
Okay.
You don't need to be overconfident.
Okay.
Because that can really hurt you.
Okay.
So what you need to do is like obviously know yourself, know your riding, practice on small things, practice where the consequences are small. So where the trail isn't like a cliff on the side, or the jump is like you can land in the middle, you can land at the end, because there's jumps where if you land on the middle,
Yeah.
yeah. So you need to just be confident on the skills you know you have.
Okay. So is that confidence built from doing the reps, doing all the time, just doing those sessions?
Exactly. Doing the sessions and like watching your POVs again, correcting yourself, trying out again your things, being comfortable on your setup. So you can't give me a brand new bike,
right,
and send me to the mountain and expect me to do everything. I need time to set it up. I need time to feel comfortable on the bike.
So the right configurations for you.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. And I wanted to ask about that. So is your attitude and what you'd tell other people, that, you know, people you coach as well, is that be confident in yourself, know your bike, know your skills, and keep doing the reps. And eventually, you will, even during a race, be confident in your abilities, and you will be able to go out there and perform.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it. I mean, yeah.
And in 2024, the island rallied behind you to find your trip, but I wanted to go to something that happened later, which was the Enduro Greek Series in Parnassos in 2024. So you posted the fastest times and won the whole thing. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think you kind of surprised the local Greek riders that Cypriot was going to come and actually, come out on top and blow them off the mark. So what is that feeling of rolling onto like a foreign track? Foreign, obviously they're Greeks, so it's not too foreign, but going out there and setting the mark.
So that was pretty cool because I wasn't planning to race that race, and a friend actually told me, "Let's go do this." He has been in that race before, so he really pushed me to go, and I had two friends with me. So like, if you have people with you, it's really nice because you feel like you can push, and afterwards they can fix you up if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
They can move you around. You're not gonna be stuck in Greece without anybody to. Yeah. So we went there a couple of days earlier. We practiced the stages, and I was really feeling confident on the bike.
Nice.
And I really wanted to do well because I didn't race an enduro race that year. It was the same year as Mountain of Hell got cancelled.
Yep.
So I had that fire inside me, and I had to put it somewhere. And I ended up doing pretty good times on the stages, and I think I won by like a second or something, which it's a small margin. If we were talking for 16 minutes worth of stages. So yeah, that was super exciting. I didn't expect it, to be honest, but yeah, I really enjoyed that day.
Now, you talk about that fire in the belly, your competitive nature, and I wanted to ask, like, although you're competitive and you go into everything and you really want to win, but what is it exactly that keeps you going for the next race, and you want to win and want to win and want to win? What is that makes you want to win every single time?
That's a good question. I think I don't know. It's just competitiveness. I don't know. It's natural. I think it's natural. Yeah.
So do you think some people have it, some people don't, sort of thing?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about it in the past. Like, I think everybody wants to win at what they care about.
Okay.
But it's how much do you want one thing?
Exactly. That's what I was going to ask.
More than others, and that makes the feeling of wanting to win. And I think that plays a huge role on the preparation side before. But I think as people, some are more competitive at that time and some are more hungry for stuff.
So it's how much you want it.
Yeah.
Over the rest, you think plays the biggest role. Okay.
Yeah, in competition, I think so. Yeah.
And do you have, like, just talking from personal experience, like going to different races, sometimes like on that start line, I'll start getting a bit of self-doubt of, can I do this? Can I run this time? Do you have self-doubt or any other emotions apart from what you have when that competitive nature?
Definitely. But it all gets wiped away as soon as the race starts.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as you get in that
Here.
Yeah. As soon as you put the first pedal stroke inside, it all goes away.
Nice. Okay. So that's really cool. And I wanted to talk about another experience, which was in 2024 when you raced the European Championships in Romania. That race you DNF, but you called it a transformative experience. So could you talk to me about that?
Yeah, that race was actually it did transform me, like, in the mental space. It was in 2024. It was in Romania. It was in a small village called Kele.
Okay.
In the mountains. We had a tough time traveling there, like with the airport and the bike parks and the trains and everything. And we were staying there like, I think, a whole month. I didn't do Easter that year. Neither did this year. I did Easter, but it's okay. And it was 1 month. It was the test event
Yeah.
of the European Championships. So they basically test the track with a race. I had a podium there because it was only the local riders, and we did a course for coaching there as well at the same time, and then it was a European race where like the best riders of Europe come in this sport, the cross country Olympic distance.
Yeah.
It's the most European riders are the most competitive ones. So we were racing with the best in the world. And in this sport, if you get 80% of the lapped, so if the first person gets you 80%, they get you out, and it's a small lap. It's around like less than 10 minutes lap.
Oh wow. Okay.
So before I get to my last lap, I was out.
Okay.
And because I raced, I never finished the Europeans. So the Europeans that I raced before, I again didn't manage to finish. And I was so hungry to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to finish the race and like get a proper positioning.
Exactly.
You know? I did get a proper position. It was like not proper. Like I did get a position. I was I think 60th out of the 120 something riders.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's a whole other level if you're able to finish with the top guys.
And how are you trying to bridge that gap?
I think keeping in the sport and doing all the work that needs to be done, and the three things that I told you before perfectly, that will get me there. Last year I did want to race again that race. It was in my calendar, but the national federation had other plans.
Okay.
They didn't allow me to race.
Yeah.
Which sucked, and like it was such a bummer because I was planning to race. I was planning to be again there. I was planning to, put everything again on the line and see the improvements I made. If
They actually works.
Yeah.
So that one of your A goal races.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, they're really sharp then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about crashes in your sport because they're inevitable, right? So does this take some time to kind of rebuild that confidence after a crash?
Definitely.
Okay.
After the concussions, much longer.
Yeah.
And it's really a mental thing because one day you might be sending stuff at it's like 10 meters gaps and doing really insane stuff, and with just a crash everything changes. You feel stiff on the bike, your technique fades away and it needs time to get back there.
Okay, so if we were trying to give advice to some younger riders, would it just be crashes are part of the game, they're normal, but it's how you bounce back and it's the mentality that you have?
I think the first thing I would do after getting back on the bike from a crash is go somewhere that I'm really comfortable with.
Okay.
And just practice the easiest stuff possible, like and the ones that have the less consequence. Because after you hit something like, or you break a bone and you're out for 6 months or so, after you do that, then getting back on the bike, the only thing you think about is anything can happen at any time and I can break a bone. You think that just cornering a small flat corner will take you out.
Yeah.
So it's just practice easy and just build again the confidence step by step, ride after ride. And it takes time, but that's okay.
And do you think mentality is the biggest thing in your sport where you need to really kind of hone in on it and be as strong mentally as you can?
I think mentality is the number one thing at any sport and any person's life.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's
Wow.
First, you mentally prepare for stuff. You do the things first in your head, and afterwards your body follows.
Perfect. I wanted to ask again about when you look at someone with your coaching, do you look at someone and what do you think distinguishes them? What do you think makes them can make them one of the best athletes in cycling versus someone who might not reach that top level? What is that extreme factor?
2 words.
Okay.
Delusional drive.
I was really hoping you were going to say that. Really hoping. Using delusion is one of another thing that you have to believe in yourself so much that you can do something insane.
100%. Like because I also coach riders
Yeah.
through Gravity Academy, which is it's an amazing opportunity. And I see a lot of younger guys, which are now also my friends, and they might tell me something that I think it's bunkers, and I stop for a second and I think, okay, I don't see how it's gonna work, this thing. He sees how it's gonna work. This.
Yeah.
Let him go do it. So I think I was just like this. I had lots of people tell me in the past that, nah, you're crazy. You're just doing nonsense. It's absolutely not gonna work. Get a real job. Like, go study something, please. Like, you're gonna end up without a job or something. But it's just like what I told you.
The delusion.
The delusion is, that's it. I mean, like, people think you're delusional, but you're actually putting the dots together in your mind.
Exactly. And do you think that a lot of young athletes in every sport should be delusional?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely, but it needs to be backed up with work.
Okay.
If it's not backed up with work,
Then it's just
then it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of risk involved, and I'm not saying I was also lucky to be in this position now, but yeah, it's a lot of delusion also.
100%, 100%. And I wanted to go towards the podcast theme, which is talking about athletes reaching the peak, or athletes reaching an elite level. So what do you think is your peak? What does it look like to you? Is it a World Cup placement, or that feeling of freedom on a bike, or is it going to the Olympics? What is it to you?
So a lifelong dream is the Olympics, but I also appreciate the simplest ride,
Okay.
like with a friend.
Go on.
So as I'm growing up, and I like these bikes used to be like my way to have fun in the past. Now it's turning also into a job.
Yeah.
So I always remind myself, okay, you need to work on the bike and bring it to a point where sometimes it's disgusting. The bike sometimes disgusts you. You know, you don't want to get on the bike. You don't want to go train. It's okay to get into a place like that in order to achieve some of the goals, but I think you also need to get back to where it starts and where you have fun and where you enjoy the bike, because I see so many riders, and Cypriot riders actually, where they try to make it to a professional level. They put everything on the line, and one day it's that, and they never get back on the bike.
So do you think it's also about just having that enjoyment, that your love for the sport, it should always be there?
Yes, absolutely. And you need to remember the reason why you firstly started to ride. So my picture of what I would view as like the best place in my head is being on a mountain bike with my friend Vasilis, who I like. He's like more than 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
So he took me like my first mountain bike trail, and so many years after, we're now friends and we're riding.
Nice, man.
So the best place in my head to be is somewhere completely lost with him on the mountains and having no idea what time is it, and like literally being in an adventure.
Free.
Yeah. But also on the other side, doing everything correct and building a performance where it's suitable to be on a high level stage.
100%.
That's also a dream of mine.
And obviously you have your goals now and your goals later, but is it about also, if you achieve these, it's about putting the next goals and putting the next goals. So you might not even know what level you might go to, sort of thing.
That's true.
Wow. Okay. And I wanted to ask, just because a question came to me, and I thought, with riding with these different types of riders in different age categories, different groups, and even being taught by a lot of people from a younger age who are older than you, having these experiences, 130 days in Europe, do you think you've matured quicker than a lot of other people your age? Do you think you've grown up quicker?
That's what people that meet me tell me sometimes. But I'm not sure what maturity is exactly, because I still like to go to the skate park, do tricks on my skateboard, or like just ride in the neighborhood with a bike. So that's what I was doing when I was like 7-8 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think that's mature, but I still like to do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But I obviously I'm responsible with the things that I should be responsible.
Yeah.
So it definitely I feel like I definitely learn a lot more quicker and experience life much more quicker whilst doing all these things.
100%.
Because like you learn to take care of yourself internationally, you learn paperwork, you learn business stuff.
So many things.
Yeah, you learn a lot of things.
And especially in your kind of sport and the way you've gone about it, you've learned communication with coaching, you've learned social media, so how to market your stuff, you've talked to brand, you've done contracts, so you've been out in the wilderness, you've learned so much. And I think I would love for so many other people to have these experiences as well, and to do hard things. I think the most important way to kind of go out your comfort zone and grow as a person. So would you say that's the same thing?
100%. And I think like a lot of people that tell me to go study still till this day, I tell them what I learned these years through doing, let's say, this freelance thing or this business thing is much more than I would ever learn in the university. Maybe.
That's what you believe in, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really interesting, and I think, just from my personal experience, going out and doing hard things is the most important way for us to grow. I think if we don't do hard things, if we don't push the limits that we kind of set on ourselves, then we kind of stagnate and we remain in the same place. So yeah, I completely agree with you on this. Now on this podcast, the Mindsight Podcast, we talk about this one question that we ask every single one of our guests, which is, what has been the biggest mindsight moment of your athletic journey so far? What has been the biggest eye-opening moment that you've had? The one that you've been like, wow, it might have been something like a transition where I was then, where I am now. It could have been some tweaks that you've made to improve your performance, but what had that mindsight moment been for you?
Shit.
Should have probably asked you this.
You need to give me a minute to think about it, but I'll
We can come back to it at the end.
no, I'll think about it now.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I think it was the first time I was in an international race.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened in a young age, and I'm very fortunate about it.
When was this?
It was in 2019, so
Wow.
7 years ago.
So you were 14.
Yeah, it was the the Youth European Mountain Bike Championships. This was in Italy, in a village called Pila.
Ah, in Pila. Okay.
Ah, you know Pila?
Yeah. They have a football team.
Really? Nice. Pila Aosta. Yeah. And like I thought, like okay, in Cyprus I'm always podium. I thought I had like amazing skills and stuff, and I was really a good rider.
Yeah.
And I was going there not knowing exactly if I would be like in top 10 or if I'm gonna be like way back.
So you didn't know what your level was in comparison to everyone else?
Yes.
Okay.
And it turned out that I was back. Like
So was
nobody.
was that a humbling experience for you?
100% humbling experience. And every time when I go again into these races, to European Cups, now in Portugal, last in 2024 in the Europeans, I'm every time getting humbled to the ground. And that's like mentally, it's not a good place to be, but it's such an amazing place to be at the same time.
100%, bro.
Because like most of the people in the internet are not gonna show you this. Like I remember when in 2024 I went on and explained exactly who I am as a rider. I'm not top one. I'm never telling anybody I'm top one in the world. I'm way back in comparison to the best athletes in the world. But I wanna be there.
Yeah, and I think that drive that you talk about, I think it's the most important because you have that want that I want to go there, and I think everything else, as long as you do the basics right, like you say, and the marginal things, you will get there. But the most important things, you have that drive, and yeah, I mean, just like you mentioned, being humble is the most important thing, and being able to see where you are now and what you can do to the process, the journey that you go on to get to that next level is the most important, I think, as well. And I wanted to ask, just to quickly round up this part of the podcast, you're in your early 20s right now. Where is George Kouzis in 5 years?
In 5 years. So in 5 years, I definitely want to have my own van house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To take to Europe.
That would definitely help.
Yeah. That's a long life dream of mine.
Okay.
And in 5 years, actually, it's gonna be 2031.
Yeah.
I would like to be preparing for the Olympics.
Damn. Okay.
I would like to do that. I would like to be there. But yeah, I wanna be having a business of my own.
Yeah.
Like I wanna have people taking care of. Like I want a team, you know.
Okay.
I would love to own a team. Obviously, try to take more riders to places with me.
Do you feel like sometimes when you go to these international races, you're one of the only Cypriots there? And
Yeah.
does it feel like, damn, I wish I had a group of Cypriots with me, like you see with the other big countries?
Exactly. It's sometimes it's tough because like you don't know, like sometimes Cypriot has never done something,
Yeah.
so you question yourself twice.
Right.
But
Yeah, having loads of people, it kind of reminds you, I'm not the only one here. There's other people here as well.
and like I believe that you don't grow into sport if you don't have better people around you.
100%.
So you need to have better, and you need to have people that look up to you, and you need to look up to other people.
100%. So who is that for you?
Unfortunately, I don't have. Actually, I have a training partner here in Cyprus for endurance riding.
Yeah.
It's Škoda
Uh-huh.
I have friends that I ride with them in general, but I wish I had more people. I even learned from the guys I coach. Now, one of the riders called Daniel, he's getting his downhill rider. So we train together on that
On that side.
side of the sport, and we do runs where one time he's in front of me, and I tell him what's he's doing wrong, and the other time I'm in front of him and he's telling me what I'm doing wrong.
Wow.
So 3 years ago when I first started coaching him, like I couldn't see the day where this could work, and now it's like it's insane because he's coaching me now.
That's
I mean,
amazing, man.
he's telling me you're not leaning as much in the corner. You just trust the corner and do it. Thing I was telling him, and we make fun of this, you know.
Yeah.
This is such a great feeling. That's such a great feeling because I've had riders around me in Cyprus that I really wanted to ride with, and some took it competitively and didn't want to ride with me.
100%.
So I think that's missed opportunity, because even if you're a better rider than me, I can give you stuff and you can give me stuff.
Exactly. And I think this like reflection is the most important way for us to improve as people and as improve in our sports as well. So I'm really glad to hear that you have that as well. And recently we also had, I think, this Cypriot rider. I can't remember in what race it was, but he won.
Andreas Miltiadis.
Yeah.
Another amazing friend of mine. Yeah, Andreas,
He won by like 5 seconds or something or more, bro.
So it was like a road race.
Yeah.
And he attacked 8 kilometers before the finish,
Yeah.
and he took it to the finish. So that's insane. Andreas, actually, when we were in Romania,
Yeah.
he was paying for my accommodation because I couldn't. Yeah, and now we go out and eat all the time. Yeah, he did like a massive thing that day.
Insane.
And at almost 30 years old, I think, he grabbed a huge win.
Bro, he grabbed that race, took it, and went for it,
Yeah,
and he won.
yeah.
Such big props, and I think that's another way of putting Cyprus on the map as well. And I'm so happy to see that a Cypriot won that race, man.
So what I was telling you before for the social media side, Andreas is like the best road bike rider in Cyprus, but he's not so much in the media. So not so many people know about him.
Yeah.
So that's a shame. And like I always tell him, you need to be on the media more.
Yeah, but I'm just, as I mentioned, so happy to see that a Cypriot won that race. And now to go on to the last part of the podcast, we're going for some quick fire questions. Some of these will come in from the audience as well. So
Nice.
I'm very excited to get into this. This is something that I ask all of the guests. So if you couldn't ride a bike or do any sport at all, what job would you do for the rest of your life?
Mountain guide.
Yeah, okay. Because we touched on that earlier. Nice. Okay, what do you think it is to you that you love about mountain guiding?
It's still an adventure. It's still adrenaline rushing, and it's you are out there in the mountains.
So it's that
and you're exploring. Yeah.
Okay, nice. What's the single hardest either training session or race you've ever done on a bike?
Physically or mentally?
Let's go mentally first.
Actually, physically and mentally, it's the same. It was the same one.
Okay.
So it was Rhodes Grand Prix
Okay.
2025,
Okay.
where I flew from New Zealand to Rhodos.
You being serious?
I flew from New Zealand to Rhodes. I had like 100 connection flights, and the next day I was racing, and I was reading in the plane the David Goggins book, and like I pushed myself so much, I had a massive pain in my chest.
Yeah.
But I kept on riding and finished the race.
Wow, that's amazing. And honestly, do you think that I've heard a lot of things about the David Goggins book? So do you think it's a good book?
Yeah, it's good books.
Did it definitely motivate you before when you're reading on the plane?
It taught me stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I take from that book is that you just need to not waste time.
Really?
Yeah.
Not waste time. Okay. So is that just being more organized, or is that
More organized and more, you need to break the barrier of when you think of doing something to actually when you go and do it.
okay?
So let's say, I need to go shower. Instead of like thinking it about
Just do it.
20 minutes, just going and doing a shower.
Because that takes you time, waste time.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. What's the worst crash you've ever had?
Concussion.
Which one?
This is the same. It's the same. First one was on the skateboard. I was hill bombing. Yes.
Do you have any weird pre-race superstitions or routines that you do before going into a race?
No.
Okay, so you just. But is there, like, let's say, what time's your races usually? I'm the one.
Usually like 10 o'clock, let's say.
Okay, so as soon as when you wake up, what like stuff that you get done?
I eat breakfast.
Do you have to take a shower before, like
No,
refresh? No.
no.
So you're fine as soon as you
Yeah,
wake up.
yeah. Sometimes I do breath work,
Okay.
but very rarely
Okay.
if I'm feeling stressed.
Okay. Nice. And is that just kind of like inhaling, slowing down your body?
It's Wim Hof.
Okay.
You know Wim Hof?
I've heard of it. Explain.
Yeah. It's like 30 seconds quick inhaling. So like, and then you exhale.
Okay.
You keep it for a minute,
Okay.
and then you inhale. You keep it for like 15 seconds, and then repeat the cycle
Okay. And is that kind of training you
to be in the moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe the feeling of bombing down a mountain trail in exactly one word.
Focus.
Okay. Okay. Second to last question. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
The until formula.
The until formula.
No.
Okay, explain this.
So I will be doing until I get what I want.
Okay.
So it's not if I get what I want,
Until. Okay.
until I get what I want.
And is that something that you would tell people as well? Like, it would be something good to follow, that it's not if it happens, when it happens.
Yes. And like this reminds me that you might be putting so much work in and not seeing the thing you want, and just like this, it happens at some point.
Wow.
But you just wait until it happens.
Amazing, man. And final question. If you could give one final message to the audience, riders or non-riders, to close this out, what would it be?
To do what you want.
So love what you do and dream big, sort of thing.
Yeah. Do what you dream of. Don't let it go.
Amazing. Completely agree with that. And yeah, that is a wrap for episode 4. A massive thank you to George for coming on. I've learned so much about you. Like, I knew something about you through your social media, but it's another thing having this conversation, going into depth, picking your mind. I've had so much fun talking to you throughout this episode. We went through exactly what it takes to be elite and to get to that elite level, from his recovery to his mentality to the different events and races he's done and experiences that he's been on. So it's been an absolutely wild journey, and I'm so happy to have had this conversation with you today. If you want to follow his adventures and see behind the scenes of elite mountain biking, make sure you check out his Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. What's the handle?
It's Kouzis. The I is with 1 on Instagram, and George Kouzis on all the other platforms.
Yeah, make sure you follow, like, all of his content. He's an absolute amazing guy representing Cyprus on the elite level internationally. But yeah, to everyone listening, thank you so much for hanging out with me, George. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed this conversation, hit that subscribe button, follow any of the buttons that you have in front of you right now. Make sure you hit them, apart from dislike on YouTube. For everything else, like leave us a review. And yeah, this is a reminder to go out, live life, not just supper, live life to the max, just like George has been doing. We'll be back next week with another incredible athlete stepping into the arena. Until then, stay focused, train hard, and we'll see you at the top.
Thank you so much.
See you guys.